Welcome to another episode of Mr. J's Workshop. For some of you who are new to my channel here, this is my first episode on working with the Bambu Lab 1X 3D printer. So this will be an ongoing video on my channel about the trials of owning 3D printing. I've never done 3D printing. I've done a lot of other fabrications in the past, and the reason why I purchased this piece of equipment, and that's what I'm calling it, piece of equipment, it's an add-on to my shop to help my workshop. I've been following 3D printing for many years now, many years ago, going all the way back to the 80s, where I first saw 3D printing at FabTech. It's the latest and greatest of technology. Back then it was pretty primitive, and last year, when 2022, when Bambu Lab released their latest and greatest printers, I was following it on YouTube and learned that the filaments they're using now are more ideal to fabrication or making products, and that really encouraged me to go in this direction. I was leaning toward like a milling machine, a lathe, but this seemed more realistic for my purposes in working with my laser machine, my experimental. And when I mean about experimental, is I have an experimental aircraft that we're building from a kit. And when I saw what you can do with the filaments, the material that makes the products, I got all these crazy ideas on making parts for my experimental. And then for the laser, I had all these ideas envisioned how I could use this to make fixturing and tooling for my laser for some of the custom jobs. So I was very impressed with the Bambu Lab. There are many 3D printers out there to choose from, and I was following this from last year, and I was very impressed with this. So I'm still a newbie to the 3D printing world, and from what I saw what this machine can do, it'll fit my needs. But I thought this would be a great time to start from the beginning of my journey with the 3D printer world with the Bambu Lab 1X. There is another model that's called the Combo, which just has multiple spools of different colors of materials to make your products. And at this time, I didn't think I need that. So I just went with the 1X without the bells and whistles. So we got our box here, and what a better way to start this adventure is unboxing a brand new 3D printer from the beginning and document my journey. If I learn something, I'll share that with you. If I totally mess something up, yeah, I'll share that with you and how I resolve those issues. I will tell you, I have no experience with 3D printing. I do have experience in the manufacturer world doing production, but that's something totally different. But no experience with this 3D printer making parts to actually install on items. So this will be a big adventure for Mr. J's Workshop to be able to share that and give you tips and tricks that I come across, because You're actually going to see my achievements and you're going to see my failures. So let's get started. Let's unbox this thing. Okay, I pumped the brakes on the unboxing video here for a minute. When I got into the box, I got their quick start manual and I started using this to go through it. Now the quick start basically assumes that you got the thing out of the box, got the printer out of the box, got the foam, and you're moving along here. And I wasn't comfortable with the quick start instructions. I wanted to be a little bit more detailed because this is an investment. I don't want to mess it up. So I would recommend you go to the Bambu Lab website, click under support, and just scroll down a little bit, and you'll see the official wiki support. You're going to click on that. You're going to go to the model. My model is the Bambu Lab 1X, not the combo, just the 1X. Click on that. And then you have the choice of which unboxing you want to do. So you click the boxing pertaining to your printer. Like I said, mine is just 1X, not combo. So I'll click on that, and what's nice now is a full detail of unboxing your Bambu 1X printer. It's all in color, and you can print this out as a PDF, or you could look at it on your laptop or whatever you have. You can look at it and follow the instructions, and it's much clearer than the little quick start guide. So at any time in this video, you can select one of the timestamps that you want to jump to or jump back. It's not a big deal unboxing this, but I like it now that it's all in color and very detailed. So with that said, let's get started. So step one is the unboxing. So we'll open up the box, and as you open up the flaps of the box, you'll notice there's plastic attached to the flap of the box. Okay, you're going to remove the two pieces of foam. Grab that plastic pretty tight, it's a little heavy. Make sure you have a clean surface to put it on. In the shop here, I had to make sure I'm not picking it up and putting it on top tools or dust or whatever, so I cleaned up an area where I could put it to. So you pull it out of the box, put it up on the table, and that's step one. Step two. Remove the plastic bag and peel off all the green stickers around the printer. At this point, it is recommended to review the quick start before continuing. All right, let's go to step three. Step three is removing the glass on top of the printer, removing it, all your accessories inside the printer. So you're going to pull the foam out, you're going to pull the box out, which is all your tools and accessories for the machine, and finish removing all the foam out of the printer. Make sure you get the extrude chute in the back. There's a little piece of foam way in the back. You're going to take that out. And there's two large pieces of foam on the bottom of the table that you're going to take out. Now be very careful. There is more foam, but it's underneath the table, and you'll see pieces of it on the outside of the table. You're not going to be able to remove this at this time, and it's not very clear in the instructions at this time. It tells you at the end of the instructions, you can remove that when the machine goes to calibration, the table will lift up and you'll be able to pull that foam out. All right, so step 4, we're going to be removing the plastic wire ties that are on the tool head and the cardboard that's around the tool head. So get yourself a pair of wire cutters or something that you can cut that, something that you can cut it clean without pulling hard on it. So I use a pair of wire cutters. I'll just clip that, take the zip ties out, remove the cardboard. And step 5 is just to repeat what I said earlier, is you're going to remove the 2 large pieces of foam on the bottom of the table. The 2 large pieces of foam, as you see in the illustration, excuse me, I got one side out, it came out no problem. The other side, I ended up breaking the foam getting it out. But this is an investment, so be very careful. If it gets stuck in there, just take your time and take your time to get it out. You don't want to break anything and have to order parts already. So that's step 4, step 5. Okay, we're on to 6 now. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the label that's on the bottom table. And all that's going to tell you is make sure you apply the adhesive that it supplied to the table. I will point this out because by this time I've already started making parts in the machine and I've made some mistakes. So at this time I just wanted to give you a heads up. When you apply that glue, just cover the whole table with a light coat of glue on it, and you do not have to apply each time you run the printer. At this time I'm probably up to about 20 some parts that I've already 3D'd, which I'll talk in another video. But I wanted to point this out because once you get this out of the box, I want to see it run. I'm gonna what I did samples. I did all the tools, but we'll talk about that later. So I just wanted to point that out because I made a big mistake in the beginning that I kept on applying glue every time I was doing a job. Big mess. But anyway, we're going to go on to the setup point. We completed the unboxing, and what you're going to do now is there's a little large box that you'll see a bunch of items on top of the box. That's indicating everything that's inside the box. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take the display out. Be very careful with the display and take note where the SD card is located. What you want to do is when you put this on the machine, on the printer, make sure the SD card is to the right when you install it. So when you install it, the SD card will be on the right. So what you're going to do now is you're going to pull the cable out a little bit, or the ribbon. Be very, very careful, and you're going to take that ribbon, take your time, and plug it in. It's a delicate ribbon, so try not to be forceful with it. It should snap in real easy. Now that it's snapped in, you'll notice there's little angle feet in the back of your display. They'll line up with little openings on the printer, and you're going to put them in the opening and you're going to push it to the left. As you push to the left, you're going to hear a click. It's going to lock in place, so it will not come back out. So that's what we're going to do next here. After you have that installed, you have to go into the printer now, and on the right and left and back side of the printer table, there's 3 screws that are identified by little red arrows. Now, those screws have to come out. You could start first with the short end of your Allen key, 2 millimeters. You'll find that 2 millimeter Allen key in the box. So grab that 2 millimeter Allen key and just break them loose. And then I use the longer end to screw them out. What would be nice is if you had a long ball Allen key like a screwdriver to get them out, but I used what they supplied and it worked fine. Inside that box now, you'll find the spool mount or the filament mount. And that mounts to the back of the machine. If you haven't removed it yet, there was a green tag in the back of your printer by the extrusion chute or the filament chute or the poop chute. That's what they call it. It's right by there, and you'll notice a tag that says holder. So there's already one screw there. So you're going to unscrew that one screw. The box that you pulled out will have extra screws. So you're going to go in there and there's little baggies. In my case, the baggies were all labeled what the screws were for. So it was very helpful to identify what screw was what screw, you know. So I grabbed the baggie with the holder mounts, and I take a screw out of there, and I mounted the filament mount holder. So we're down to the end here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your extension cord, plug it in the back, power it up, and follow the display instructions. You can follow if you print it out or you're on the Bambu unboxing PDF for the X1. That'll give you instructions there. Okay, and your trusty guide here. Let's see. Yeah, your trusty guide here will have instructions. But it's pretty much you're going to follow the on-screen instructions. You know, it's going to ask you what language do you speak, and then it's going to throw a QR code there for your phone to scan to download the app for your phone or your iPad. I do recommend that you take the time, you go back to the Bambu website, and under software, click on that, select your type of PC or Mac, and download the software onto your computer. And it's pretty smart. Once you have the Wi-Fi connected to the software, it's pretty damn smart that it shows up on your phone, shows up on your computer, and you're able to operate the printer from the laptop, from your iPad, from your phone. And if you, in my case, my machine, the X1, not the combo, has a camera inside, so you can actually see what's happening inside the printer. Well, let me think. Is there anything else left? Did I forget something? Oh, at this time, but when you get started, you'll notice the table, when it goes into calibration mode, it will rise. Now you can remove the rest of the foam that's underneath the table. And what I did to get started on this, it was very simple. Once the machine was up running, and you fill out all the instructions on the screen, right there on the screen, you're able to select a folder, and they already have preloaded items in there. Now, the first item I printed out was a little scraper that was 15 minutes. You'll notice a timestamp. of how long it's going to take to print out. Later on, I did the other scraper. They provide you with like a little razor blade that will mount on the other scraper. And it takes a little bit longer to run, but this is how I got started. What I did in cases where I was drawing or designing something, I would continue to print out a couple of scrapers of the 15-minute scraper because it didn't take long to print out. And I, it comes in very handy for scraping off the filaments off the table. You'll notice when you first do your first job, it'll do a test run on the edge of the plate, in the front, on the side, and in the back. And when you get done the job, you usually have to scrape that up. And again, you only need one coating of glue. Don't coat it for every job. Take it for somebody who made that mistake. But I'll talk about that at another time. So keep an eye out. We'll be posting our first run in the printer. So this is new to me, and I want to share whatever I can share, my mistakes or what I found to help me to get to know the machine and be able to produce parts or little things. I want to share that. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. This is probably one of my longest videos, but this is a new experience for me getting into the 3D world. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.